Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts with you. Before I begin, I'd just like to spend a few minutes to introduce our university, Hong Kong Metropolitan University. In 1989, Hong Kong government established the Open Learning Institute to provide academic programs to adults who have left school to enter the workforce. In 1997, the Open Learning Institute was retitled the Open University of Hong Kong. In 2001, the OUHK launched full-time face-to-face associate degree programs. In 2003, the university launches full-time degree programs to provide articulation for associate degree holders. In 2021, the Open University of Hong Kong was retitled Hong Kong Metropolitan University. Today, HKMU has about 10,000 full-time students and about 9,000 distance learning students. In fact, we offer programs up to PhD level. Our university has 5 strategic goals. We want to provide quality education to our students and give them a fulfilling learning experience. We also want to build up our research and build a welcoming campus for our students. We also want to set up a good governance structure for the university to move forward. In Hong Kong, we have experienced a series of pandemics. For example, in 2003, we have the SARS outbreak, and in 2009, we have the H1N1 outbreak. And today, we have the COVID-19 outbreak, which is still continuing today. Throughout these 2 decades, our university has moved from a teacher-centered learning to student-centered learning, from online learning to blended learning and to AI-assisted learning. What are our future strategies? We need to leverage technology effectively to enhance student engagement. That's our first strategy. Today, there are a whole range of technology-enabling techniques that can help us with teaching and learning. These online tools and interactive technologies can allow students to give feedback and provide and promote evidence-based learning. They will help us to revise our course content and even adjust the pace of teaching and learning. It will help to predict course end performance and identify students at risk in an early stage. Strategy 2 is the use of AI-assisted learning and learning analytics. Now, these technologies can facilitate blended learning because we can use a whole range of techniques like AI tutors, AI graders, AR and VR tools. Of course, as I mentioned, they can also help us to identify students at risk and provide early intervention. Strategy number 3, we should prioritize well-being and mental health and social-emotional development of staff and students, particularly at the time of pandemic. We need to provide them with support and perhaps counseling service for students and staff to cope with the stress due to pandemics. Strategy number 4, we need to rethink our instructional delivery. For example, we should consider full immersion hybrid learning. Strategy number 5, we must invest in essential technologies and user-friendly equipment for hybrid learning and teaching so that a seamless classroom is set up for that purpose. For strategy number 6, we need to make our programs as flexible as possible to allow students to hop in and hop out of the academic programs. This is particularly useful for our university because we offer both distance learning programs as well as face-to-face full-time programs. So if students have the need to leave a full-time program for a short period of time, they can hop out of the full-time program and join our distance learning program. Likewise, for distance learning students, if they want to join a full-time program, they can also do so. Our ultimate goal is to be able to provide a personalized academic program to meet the needs of individual students and to cope with the ever-changing world. Of course, if we want to do that, we need to make sure that the quality assurance procedures are in place to make sure that the academic standard is adhered to. We also need to teach with a growth mindset so that students will acquire the soft skill that is needed to enable them to engage in a lifelong learning. Strategy number 9, we must plan for all scenarios. We must develop a series of contingency plans so that we'll be able to cope with future challenges and be able to move forward and allow students to take on online teaching and learning programs whenever they need to. Thank you very much for your attention.